in the safe lane. And we were mentioning, hey, this draft, if there's one thing it doesn't have is pushing prowess, well, I don't think that's going to be a problem anymore, Trent. Phantasm is one hell of a pushing spell.
Yeah, not too bad. We've looked at heroes that have been countering Lifestealer lately, not feeling too hot. You know, Sven, I guess people used to look towards. You just try and chunk this guy down. Don't worry too much about his right-click damage. Not the best hero right now. CK, he offers a lot of burst. They don't have good AoE at all because they last picked that Enchantress. It's basically just the Gyrocopter, which is cool, but you're assuming that he's probably going to be a little bit poor this game. It is a Matu hero. You know, Miracle is probably going to be the one who's going to be accelerated the most, so the Gyro can't just like independently blow up all these illusions. You don't really want to throw an AA Ice Blast or something. So
yeah, and especially if Paparazzi has a pretty good start on the CK. He tends to build very beefy, relatively tanky items, so those Phantasm illusions will be kind of hard to deal with.
He can take one of them. He'll just grab that thing.
Well, there you go. That's
enchant. one down, guys. I got this under control.
Which draft are you favoring here? Because I have to say, I'm liking this Vici draft. I think they've just got very good team fight, a lot of really spammable stuns. I think Liquid are going to struggle in some of those mid-game engagements.
Yeah, I don't see that dominating Enchantress lane that I really want, right? That's when you feel very good about the hero. You're like, oh man, how are they ever going to kill her in lane? They have the Witch Doctor, they have the Sand King, and they also have a setup stun from the CK too. So Mind Control could have a rough time, and he's going to have to be enabled by like an Earth Spirit or an AA. I'm a little sketched out by that. I like the Vici draft too, but they obviously they're momentum based from Liquid, right? They want to get things going, get those infest ganks rocking and rolling early on from GH, and Mind Control just running things down. So they have the snowball potential. You know, what if CK has a bad time? How does he catch back up?
And there is a lot of late game potential on Liquid, right? Like Lifestealer, Gyrocopter, AA, 3 heroes that scale very, very well into the late game. So here we are, folks. This is the first game of the day. 9 best-of-1s as we've come to day 4, the final day of the Bucharest Major Group Stage. We've had a lot of exciting Dota, and hopefully today we'll continue down that path as everyone heads to their lanes. Vici grouped up as 5 in the bottom. They are going to pop a smoke. Looks like they're going to move in, see if they can find a first blood.
Well, Liquid heroes are in the area here.
Miracle going to be the one that pops the smoke. Lanham going to be the first one to lose it. He's going to hide in the tree line here. Great movements from Miracle will keep him safe, and Vici will not find that first blood that they are looking for. Meanwhile, on the other side, Liquid looking to invade some runes. GH alongside Mind Control will probably be a 2-2 bounty split. All right. And,
so lane setups then. It looks like it is going to be Mind Control up top. Are they going to try and match up against him? Or are they going to go up to the Lifestealer? That'll be the question. It looks like they're going to send Paparazzi down bot. Fight on into Miracle. They did spot him. I don't know if they're assuming there's going to be a rotation. No, they have vision. They still see Miracle. So they are aware that they're going to be fighting into him. So slow down Miracle. And that kind of takes away a lot of their game plan.
Oh, gets a bounce onto Kuro. Paparazzi with the Reality Rift, but follow up just a couple of love taps to make sure they grab that bounty rune. It will indeed be a 1-1 split. Mind Control grabbing both on the north side of the map, and down here, Lanham able to pick up 2. So off to an even start as the creeps spawn. It will be that aggro tri-lane out of Vici, as you were just mentioning. CK with his supporting cast will be going up against a safe lane try from Liquid, with Kuro and GH here supporting Miracle. So that means mid lane, we're going to have Ori versus Matumba Man, the Gyro on AA. And up top, it'll be Mind Control versus 11, at least for now. So Enchantress should have a pretty okay time against this Underlord.
Yeah, that's kind of the trade-off, too, where we're thinking that, you know, they might actually be able to take down the old Enchantress with that trio that they had, but instead they'd rather slow down Miracle, and it's just like, yeah, as you said, it's not going to be too bad for either of them. Obviously, Enchantress is going to farm and Underlord's going to farm, but they're all right trading with that. If there's not going to really be a frontliner for Liquid if there is no Miracle. If he's underfarmed and he can't really be in these engagements, sure, you want to space yourself as both Gyro and Enchantress, but if there's no one in between, you're just going to run into them. You know, there's not going to be much slowing them down. No, that's actually a really good point. You look at this Liquid lineup, and of course they have a lot of damage, but Lifestealer really is their front line. You look at Vici, you've got Underlord and CK, and also the Sand King in some ways. He's often an initiator that likes to jump in, start off fights with a stun. They have a great front line. They've got a lot of beefcakes that can absorb that damage to start off fights. Down bottom, we will see some initiation rolling in onto Fenrir. Now Lanham, the one taking some auto attacks, will be able to burrow strike back. Now open wounds from Miracle, Cask bouncing around. Lanham taking a lot of damage here, and the first blood will come. GH will get that bonus gold on the Earth Spirit. Oh man, Vici just, not only is this trio nice because they're trying to slow down Miracle, but you're forcing an Earth Spirit into the lane too, which also feels great, right? You know, he wants to be camping mid, trying to maybe force some plays onto the puck or something, or he could be helping the Enchantress top, but by drawing him in here, this is supposed to go well for you for Vici, and they've actually lost the kill. You don't expect Earth Spirit to do very well in most tri lanes.
Yeah, you're definitely right. That is the Earth Spirit classic, right? Pressure the mid, make sure this puck doesn't free farm, and open up a little bit of space for that gyrocopter. Down bottom again, initiation onto Fenrir. He's very low as he gets kicked back, and Miracle will be able to finish him off, but GH might have to pay with his life. Vici will not continue to pursue, and they get another one on the scoreboard. 2-0 already.
Yeah, well, as bad as Earth Spirit might be in some tri lanes, you know who's not bad? That would be Ancient Apparition.
That's very true.
The Chilling Touch has been buffed numerous times, and at this point it's borderline broken, but we don't see that many tri lanes with the hero anymore. So
well, now Miracle initiated on Burrow Strike to follow up. The cask is there, and even though his supports were able to grab both bounty runes, Vici sees the opportunity and find a counter kill on Miracle.
Yeah, exactly. Nice read from them. They have that ward down near those bounty runes, so they kind of saw what was going on, and they actually watched it in their face as GH stole their own bounty rune from LAN-M, so they'll be very pleased with the situation.
Yeah, mid lane seems relatively even. Ori maintaining a small CS lead, but nothing that Matumba Man can't recover from. And with a solo mid gyrocopter, pretty okay to trade farm, I think.
Yeah, not too shabby. Ori, what's he at? 82 damage as well. So, yeah, Matu's doing quite well, considering the damage discrepancy at this point. Like, he should not be getting, honestly, that much farm at all.
83 on the puck versus the 68 on the gyrocopter.
Yeah, that's after just getting his ring.
Yeah, it might not sound like a lot, but on the pro level, that is a huge discrepancy. Up top, Underlord in a lot of trouble. Mind Control almost able to find this kill. 11 trying to turn and maybe get off that last auto attack, but it will be a solo up top, and the Enchantress now kind of dominating this 1v1 matchup.
Yeah, he's a little boxed in here with no tangles. There you go. Dances his way out of there. But nicely done. If anyone was going to win this matchup, you'd definitely expect it to be the Enchantress, just because, you know, what are you going to do? You can't really even use Atrophy Aura to your benefit, because she's going to walk away from you. And she's not just going to stand in the Firestorm, so...
And 11. She's pretty fast, so she's able to move out of it very easily.
Yeah.
But he's tanky on the way for her. So do you think Vici may consider a lane switch up? It looks like the CK is farming pretty evenly with the Lifestealer. So in terms of momentum, those two are about a wash. But seems like now 11 is getting bullied a little bit in this lane. Experience is still very close, but...
He stole both bounty runes at the very least.
Yeah, that's something. That'll help. Not an experience, but will help with the gold. But back to farming we go. GH, he's going to be able to grab a haste rune here at the bottom, so maybe a kill opportunity for the Earth Spirit. This could be one of the first rotations towards mid we see once he decides to pick this up. However, Lanham on the high ground, he will scout it out. Going to send the warning to his team, and immediately you see Paparazzi and Fenrir start to back up a little bit and maintain a more defensive posture.
Ever since those early kills, everything's slowed down a little bit. We just kind of wait for, well, honestly, Ori, I guess. He's kind of our playmaker, you know? He's about to be level 6, so if they want to play any more aggressive dives onto, like, the Switch Doctor or onto LAN-M, you're going to be expecting a rotation from Ori. But Mind Control and 11, neither of them really looking to move, right? They just want to chill.
Yeah. I suppose you're right. Honestly, this is one of the quietest early games in terms of rotations I think you and I have cast yet this tournament.
Yeah, we've been having some wild ones.
Certainly been a number of kills, but this has been pretty locked 1-1-3 lane setup for both sides. We haven't seen a single support rotate mid yet, which seems so rare in the first 5 minutes of this meta.
Yeah, and the more levels get stacked up on these tri-lane versus tri-lane bottom, the more, to me, it favors VG. AA is really sick in those first couple levels, like the Chilling Touch and everything, but it kind of starts to wear off in comparison to someone like, you know, the Cask gets leveled up, the Maledict gets leveled up, more points into Burrow Strike. These things are quite a bit more terrifying to me than extra levels in Earth Spirit and AA.
Yeah, that's very true. I guess Cold Feet does scale relatively well. That stun goes from 2 seconds to 3.5, certainly does a bit more damage. But yeah, you're absolutely right. And a try-on-try, getting those extra bounces on Cask feels very scary. Still pretty even farm down here. Reality Rift onto Miracle, but I don't know if Vici actually want to engage into this. Looks like it was a good bait as Lanham just gets dropped. They've got the Sentry Ward. Cask is starting to bounce. They get the 1 second stun onto Miracle after the Maledict. Now the puck is rotated down. Dream Coil. They want this Lifestealer, and they will find him. A 1-for-1 trade. What started off pretty good for Liquid ends up going the other way as Ori makes a rotation, and immediately Lanham heads mid to try to absorb some of that experience.
Yeah, that's all they were waiting on. And Maledict again, you know, this spell is pretty good. Cannot be dispelled.
Oh no, Lanham, he gets stunned up by Matumba Man. Now the call down, he does not have a burrow strike, and it's going to end up being a feed to this gyrocopter.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, Ori had to TP down, make the kill happen, bunch of other heroes there, and so in response, Sinking went mid after his death, trying to help, you know, save that tower a little bit, and he just feeds the kill to Matu. So that whole rotation from Ori just gets negated essentially.
Yeah. Again, initiation onto Miracle. He'll have the rage this time, so he'll be able to survive the initial onslaught. GH TPing back down. This Paparazzi puts a little damage on the tower. Maledict did connect, so this Lifestealer is pretty low on HP. However, Ancient Apparition's on the other side. Rolling Boulder will not connect, nice. But Fenrir trapped in the trees. Cold Feet comes, and there is no way for that Witch Doctor to make it out. Another kill going the way of Team Liquid.
Yeah, and Miracle had the salve. He's got 4 more tangos, 2 plus his 1, so not too worried about all that harassment they took. Up top, 11 hasn't died again, which is good. Yeah, nice for them.
Mind Control is really out-leveling him, though. He's about to be level 8 and 11, only partway through 6.
I mean, the level 6 changes everything. When the Enchantress has that, I mean, that's just a stupid amount of damage that 11 just can't tank enough, even as such a beefy hero. Yeah. And we talk about, like, Atrophy Aura, not going to help against Impetus.
It does mean, though, Enchantress is farming very nicely. She's actually the leading farmer on the side of Liquid right now, and as we've seen, she can scale fairly potently.
Yeah, and it kind of shows why Liquid didn't dodge, I guess, at the same time. They felt confident enough in this whole trial lane that they have had. It has worked out. Miracle is ahead of Paparazzi right now, and they're getting the better trade and offlaners.
They have definitely done a good job keeping Miracle from just balling out of control. You know, they've put some pressure on, and I think for Vici, this bottom lane is at least a break even, and they can be happy with that. Armlet going to be on the way for Lifestealer, and it looks like CK has the same thing queued up, so it will be a battle of those timings. Now back in the top lane, pressure onto Mind Control. Another rotation from Ori. They drop the Dream Coil, they've got the magic damage, and this time the Enchantress will fall. When she's locked in place like that, that Firestorm doing a hell of a lot of damage.
Oh, Paparazzi though.
Yep, Cold Feet will connect, but Fenrir with the rotation as well as Lanham. They'll connect with the stun onto Miracle. Now the Reality Rift back, and the 2-second Chaos Bolt. Maledict, the cast, they should have enough damage to finish off this Lifestealer. He will have a rage in just a couple of seconds here. Sentry Ward comes down again, so Sandstorm from Lanham not going to do much. Call down from Matu, trying to find yet another kill on the Sand King, and it will be successful. Reality Rift into the tower, stun comes out, but minimal damage on the Gyro. Great rotations from both mids so far.
Oh, top lane as well, roll onto 11. Time for some impetuses.
Yeah, good use of the Pit of Malice, but only level 1, so it doesn't slow them down that much. GH trying to body block, but not quite there. There's the stun, and Mind Control will finish off the kill. As that was happening down bottom, Paparazzi gets killed by the Gyrocopter. So Liquid starting to pull ahead here, Trent. Domination.
Looks like they must have thought he left the lane or something and came back in. Just another kill from Matu like that is brutal.
Yeah. Puck is still #1 on net worth, about 500 ahead of the Gyrocopter, so Ori's rotations have definitely given him a bit more, but just as I say that, GH comes in, drops the stun, drops the silence, and the Fairy Dragon will be put to rest. A dominating streak secured for Matu's Gyrocopter.
10-3 at this point, the 2K lead. And, yeah, Mind Control is just going to be, well, completely out of control in a game like this. Can't get too much pressure on the tower, though, because it is an Underlord, so at the very least, 11 has that going for him. But if they rotate up this Earth Spirit once more, shouldn't be too difficult of a kill. They are quite happy to dive towers, but he has no TP either on 11, which is why Mind Control is just running in, too. Come along, Wave. I want to push this the best way possible. I have 4 points in Untouchable, so I'll just freely do this. No damage.
Yeah, absolutely. Now for Vici, this laning phase, definitely not going that well. I still think their power really comes in those mid-game fights. Once they get all those ultimates out and they're able to really put their whole team working in tandem. However, they are losing quite a bit in this
is hilarious, dude. 11's just sitting in these trees. It's just constantly in the same little box.
Bottom, smoke rotation from Vici. They're going to go right in onto Miracle. The level 6 Lifestealer is silenced, not able to get an Infest Bomb, but Matu's right there, finds a double off the bat, and now they'll jump in onto Ori. I don't think he's going to be able to make it out here as the Magnetize flies. Triple kill for Matumba Man. As Vici take 1 step forward, it's 3 steps back, and that gold lead grows even further for the Radiant.
Feels like they have no mid laner. There is just a Gyro down bottom all the time, right? Yeah. He's never in mid. Where's this guy going? So 11 goes there to soak it up. He's going to allow Mind Control to push in that tower up top, but 100% worth it. for the side of Liquid.
I mean, look at the net worth now. Just moments ago, the puck was 500 up on the gyrocopter. Now gyrocopter is 700 ahead of the puck. That's a huge swing in just 3 minutes.
Yeah, there are still concerns for Miracle, I do feel like, in terms of this mid-game, but this is going to be one of those rare games where it feels like Miracle will be the one who's sacked.
Oh, 11 now initiated onto the mid as GH goes rolling in. Homing missile to follow up. Rocket barrage. The beefy Underlord just gets melted.
Yeah, giving away way too many kills right now. They're just rotating so quickly from side Liquid, and I guess just the vision's not quite there from Vici. Not really aware as to where these cores are going.
Puck does have the Veil of Discord now, so some extra stats up on Ori and extra armor. Not going to do so much against Mind Control as he is putting in a lot of damage. Puck uses the Dream Coil, drops the rotation, and actually has the magic damage to finish off the Ench. Nicely done by Ori to know his limits there, and does find a solo kill. However, they do lose that mid-tier 1 tower to Miracle.
Yeah, Mind Control was playing with that confidence there just because he had GH there, but not enough. So bottom lane, they will trade for the bot. Oh, maybe not. Actually, Matu's coming through, and he just burrow strike to Lan M.
Oh, Ice Blast ready to fly through as well. Call down. They are going to defend this tower. On the backside, Miracle bumps into Paparazzi, and Paparazzi will just drop the stun to secure the bounty rune for himself. A lot of enemy heroes nearby. Lanham on the high ground, but I don't think Miracle's too intimidated. He's actually going to throw in a couple of right clicks and try to bait a fight that Vici chooses not to take.
Well, they've definitely slowed down that CK to the point that we were hoping for in terms of like the game that you would want to see out of Liquid for them to be successful. It's shutting him down. He's going to be very slow to farm. Even when he gets into the armlet, you need this item on CK because it's so good for making your Phantasm stronger. But it doesn't always feel that amazing against AA. You know, you kind of lose out on a couple of the bonuses that are there.
Yeah, never feels good to grab Armlet against Ancient Apparition. That is very true. But it still feels like that core item on CK that's also hard to pass up.
Yeah.
Down bottom, Liquid grouped up as 4. They're leaving that Ancient Apparition in the mid to soak up some experience and farm. Looks like they want to pressure this tower, but not committing too much to it. At least not yet. Just letting Matu chip away. Waiting to see how much Vici will react here. Here's the surprise inside. GH jumps forward onto the Witch Doctor, and Fest comes out, and he will fall during the duration of the silence. Now Lanham, he is dusted up, so no Sandstorm to reset. It's going to be a double. Miracle grabs 2. Vici still in some trouble. Call down, and actually going to find the Underlord on top of it all. Matumba Man is way too big.
Or he has to drop a coil on an AA and doesn't get anything for it. They are just, you know, they're playing that super fast pace that you want to see at a Liquid. Very impressive.
Trent, this is getting out of control. 17-5 in 14 minutes. It went from a very static laning phase to just rotations erupting all over the map, and this gyrocopter has benefited so much from all those kills. And right now, Matumba Man is 8-0-1 in KDA.
Unbelievable. Great rotations. Honestly, like the Miracle and the No One gyrocopters have been the 2 best ones for rotating around the map. So Matu taking some notes here from his teammate. And as we said, just basically in the bottom lane the entire time. The more these towers that get knocked down, the faster that Blink Dagger is going to appear for GH too. And that's he'll just be our Infest carrier. They've gotten that momentum that you want to see for this to be successful.
Oh, they dust on him again. He's got the Burrow Strike to get out, but Ice Blast going to fly ahead. It will connect onto the Witch Doctor, secures the kill there, and it's an easy double. Godlike now for Matumba, and Kuro getting credit for that kill on Fenrir.
Liquid. The early morning games have been kind for Liquid. That's up against LFY, first of the day I think it was. Now here once more, first of the day.
Morning team. Dream Coil onto Kuro. He's going to lose the Ancient Apparition here. That'll happen from time to time. Still plenty of burst damage. The Coil Firestorm combo is definitely enough to find that kill. A little pick-me-up for Vici, but I'm going to need a bit more than that. Paparazzi going for the TP out. The stun is going to be there in time from GH. Oh, nicely done. And this might be another freebie on the Chaos Knight as Matu brings his gyrocopter in and executes the Rocket Barrage.
Yeah, Rocket Barrage. Just canceling any hopes of armlet toggling there from our CK.
Wow. And we're seeing a further variation on this gyro build. Even skipping the drums altogether, it was Tread Drum BKB, and now it's Tread Bracer BKB for Matumba.
The only way they get back in this game is if they Reality Rift the gyrocopter, use the Phantasms, and dump all their spells on top of him, he just dies. And then that's going to like break apart the whole fight for Liquid. So he's just getting his BKB ready. And yeah, you can see right here with Paparazzi. So close to TPing, 0.2 seconds left or so on the stun when GH flies on through.
Yeah.
And no toggles possible with the Rocket Barrage there.
Yeah, so much burst damage. And now Roche going to be the choice for Liquid. Ench gonna go ahead and tank it up with the Centaur Conqueror, and I don't think Vici will be able to contest this. Looking at Vici vision, they really don't have much around the pit, so might not be aware of what's going on, but regardless, it will be a Roche going the way of Liquid.
All they can do is just try and catch up Paparazzi, but not the best high ground team. It's kind of okay. You have Firestorm, you can clear waves, you can dance around the map with your puck, try and pop some of these waves and catch the creeps before they get to your towers or something like that. But for the most part, looks like pretty smooth sailing here for Team Liquid. Yeah. Just need to keep executing here. Don't mess up on their initiations. We already know it's not like the most reliable setups. If
you were the Vici coach right now and you were somehow able to talk to them during a live game, what would you say to turn this around? I mean, what is the win condition for Vici right now? Because it feels like everything's coming up Liquid.
It's tough. It's like...
I mean, is there a win condition?
I mean, if they keep 5-manning, it's going to be extremely difficult like this, right?
Underlord. He's supposed to be the beefy one, Trent. He's supposed to be their frontline tank that can absorb a little bit of that damage so the carries can do some return damage. And he just feels like a non-factor right now.
Yeah, the way back into this game is definitely just pickoffs. You want to use this death ward as well as the Sand King, blow people up, but they're just 5-manning around the map like this. You can't really initiate into them because they're so much stronger than you. So all you can do is split push, and Puck's doing exactly that in the mid lane. CK's doing that down bot, but this doesn't feel very good.
I mean, look at this. They're high ground already with Underlord down for another 10. Vici not really in a great position to defend. CK's still in the bottom lane. This tower is already taking about
here. He's thinking
half
about
HP. They did use the glyph on that tier 2.
Oh, the long bomb. Oh, Fenrir's not going to go back.
Yeah, Ice Blast not get hit, but they're going to get a tier 3 tower at 18 minutes here. No glyph to turn this around. They're going to start laying into the barracks, and focusing on melee makes me think that Liquid want to stick around to finish it off.
Creeps, though.
Ori did cut the creeps indeed, but GH scouts him out, hits him with a stun, the silence. The roll is going to be off the mark, but Puck will be able to phase shift and jaunt away.
They're just driving him off the wave, though, because now they can go back in with this one. But Underlord's here in time. He needs to clear this as fast as possible. He's been stunned, though. They're not going to dive quite in time.
Going to make a little bit of space. Matu going very aggressive here. He does have the BKB and the Aegis. Pops the BKB now. Wants to commit to this melee barracks and finish it off, but it might be a little bit tough. Pit of Malice from Underlord right in the middle of the lane will make this push difficult, and Liquid make the call to retreat and go back to farming.
That is actually quite the hold from Vici, not losing that melee racks. They really wanted it from Liquid, but at the very least, they can get some shrines up, and they got some decent split push going the bottom lane, chipped away at that tower. So they're doing what they have to do, but 11 dying really hurt them at that tier 2.
Yeah.
Maybe just give that up or something. And tons of pressure on Ori this game, just keep cutting every single wave that he can.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the right play if you're the Puck right there. Almost getting picked off. I think if that rolling boulder connects, maybe Ori would have died there. And if that were the case, Liquid definitely secures that mid lane of barracks. So well done, but living life on the edge is now we'll see Paparazzi farming away some Ancients. He's got his Echo Saber queued up, but still a little ways away. As we've mentioned many a time in the past, Trent, CK not a carry that plays well from behind. When you look at net worth, he's certainly not flourishing. His Underlord nipping at his heels in terms of net worth farm.
Well, he is and he isn't. He doesn't farm well from behind in terms of neutrals, but he can hit those big comeback kills because he has so much damage even with like a lower net worth. So
very true.
In that sense, he can be a comeback hero if you find the right fight. It's just Liquid are doing a very good job. I mean, look at them. They haven't left each other's sides this whole time. No one is splitting up.
Well, and usually there's a drawback to this. You're moving around as 5. The opportunity cost is less experience, less gold farm. But Vici have kind of been able to have not been able to capitalize on that because Liquid have done such a good job finding kills with every rotation. They take the risk, but it pays off as they jump in again onto Underlord. Blink your eye and you would have missed it. The Beefcake falls.
Oh, the
Witch Doctor dies to the flat cannon. We saw that yesterday. A little bit of backdoor protection will keep Vici safe, but 2 heroes down, no buybacks available, and as the creeps enter the base, mid lane of barracks will fall. Still a tier 2 tower standing in the bottom, so they won't be able to get megas or anything like that, but maybe Liquid head top and try to grab another lane of barracks, sort of assuming that these buybacks might not be possible. They've got the advantage. CK trying to split push down bottom. He's done a lot of damage to that tier 2. He will TP home now to mount this defense as the Witch Doctor comes. He'll also pick up that Blink Dagger and Glyph cooling down. They'll use it straight away to try and save this tier 3 tower. Maybe with this Blink Dagger, CK can find a surprise initiation. Drums pop to try the retreat. Cask bouncing all around from hero to hero. Not the best Delta split from Liquid. It's hot potato.
Oh my God,
they just keep handing it back and forth.
It hit all 5 heroes.
It's a dank cask, but I don't know if it matters all that much.
No, unfortunately, it does not. Not for Vici Gaming here. And yeah, like stopping that push down bottom. Just everyone's back in the base, and where's your split push now?
Aegis very close to expiring on Matumba Man, so needs to be aware of that timing here. Underlord again initiated on. Ice Blast will finish him off. There's the Aegis utilized. In the grave for 45, no buyback as Paparazzi jumps in, tries to go in onto Kuro, gets the stun, but Force Staff keeps the AA alive, and it'll end up being a death for the Chaos Knight. Another hero down, no buyback in 30 seconds of a 5v3. Here, this could be a final hold from Vici. They need this damage as the epicenter comes in, but Liquid are just surviving through it. Batu is too big, the BKB, and the GG. 21 minutes, 28-6. Liquid stay alive as